Hey everybody, Z Garcia here, and welcome back to Best of the Month, where a few of us are going to tell you about a new discovery to us over the previous month, in this case January, and tell you why we liked it so much, tell you what about it stood out to us. So I'm going to kick it off myself with a co-op game that I really was enthralled with, and I thought was very beautiful, very well produced, and felt different from a lot of co-ops, and that is Rescue Polar Bears. And this one, you are all running a vessel and moving yourself around the ice, trying to rescue polar bears, as the name would imply, to keep them from plunging into the icy waters, but also gathering data while you're doing that. And there's this interesting push and pull between making sure that the bears are safe as they are reproducing, as they are moving around on the board, and gathering the data, which is how you win. You don't win by rescuing the polar bears, but you lose if you don't manage that. And I thought that was really interesting because you often get distracted by keeping them all safe and forget to make that run over there and pick up that data. And then as soon as you do pick up some data, then some new data will show up somewhere randomly on the map. The ice is melting, polar bears are growing in numbers. You have your own vessel, like I said, with some special abilities. It's a really clever, interesting game that looks fantastic. It's got a really nice production quality to it. And even though the translation is a little bit rough in spots, overall I think it's a great game. So if you enjoy co-ops and you like them to be cute and interesting, then Rescue Polar Bears is a great pick and my best of the month.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Best of the Month, and hey, might as well continue with tradition, right? I never pick just one game to be Best of the Month, I gotta go with two, and these two big boys are my Best of the Month, and the reason is they're very different games in how they play, but at the same time, I like them both for their differences. Mythic Battles Pantheon is a great dice chucking game with very cool powers, very cool simplistic gameplay, and off-the-chain miniatures. Love this game a lot, but at the same time, Lords of Hellas has almost the exact same kind of theme, but this one has diceless combat, and there's multiple paths to victory, and there's a lot of different things that are very cool about this game as well. I couldn't bring myself to pick one over the other, so they are both my Best of the Month this month. That's it from me. See you on the flip side.
Hello, and my game for the month of January is Dice Throne, published by Mind Boggling Games. Now this is a Yahtzee style game in which everyone is going to pick a character, start out with 50 life points, and the first person to reduce their opponent's points to 0 is the winner. This is my #1 game in the genre at this point. And I love this game to pull out, to introduce new players into the hobby, because it's just that easy to teach, but yet it has a little bit of meat to it. Well, my pick for the month of January is Dice Throne. Check it out.
Hi everyone. For me, there's a clear winner for January 2018 Best Game of the Month. It's actually a game that came out before I was even born originally in 1979, and that's Stop Thief. Restoration Games has once again got its hands on an old game and brought it into the new modern age of board games, gone a dice rolling to move. There's now an app that controls the hidden character that moves around the board, and I just absolutely have loved it, and it's hit the table time and time again. It takes the hidden movement aspect of games, such as Whitehall Mystery that I absolutely love, but puts a twist on it because everyone is trying to capture the person separately. I might not be the best at hunting down the thief, but the fact I even got to play this game on my stag do means it really cements itself and stands out for me this month. Anyway, that's Stop Thief, my game of January 2018. I'm Oliver East, signing out.
My best of the month is Rising Sun, and I know the production and the miniatures and everything look great in this game, and there's probably going to be a ton of people that say it's their best of the month this month. But for me, the gameplay is also excellent. I love area control games, and this is a game that has some like trying to do alliances and figuring out who you want to ally with, and then also being able to upgrade your clan by training and getting a bunch of different items, and then just trying to figure out how to move around the board to collect the different like win battles in each of the different areas so you can maximize your points, and then also like being able to just utilize a special ability of your specific faction. It's a lot of fun, it looks great, it's an amazing game that I've had a lot of fun playing, and I cannot wait to play it even more. So Rising Sun is my best of the month.
My best game of the month is Anachrony. I really like this game because it has this cool concept of like time travel where you're going, what you're doing is trying to take like goods from the future and help build like buildings and stuff that you need. But then later on in the game you have to basically pay that back because you're just sending it back into the past because you took it from your future. And I think that's pretty cool. I also just love the artwork of the game. It just looks really good, and just the whole gameplay was really fun.
Hello everyone, my name's Annette, and you may know me as Netters Plays. And my favorite game this past month that was new to me is A Feast for Odin. Now, A Feast for Odin is a worker placement game. However, there are over 70 worker placement actions that you can take in this game. So it could be daunting at first, however, it makes sense. You can either take an action where you'll raid or pillage, or you can build a ship, or you can just acquire some vegetables or even some cows and sheep. So it's a matter of building your village. And the way you build your village is on your own player board, where you have these tiles that kind of are oddly shaped. It kind of reminds me like Tetris. So you acquire these tiles and you place them on your board. And also making sure you feed people, because of course it wouldn't be a Rosenberg game if you don't feed your people. Definitely, hands down, A Feast for Odin, best game of this past month.
It was a tough choice for me this month because Stuffed Fables is such an amazing experience with my kids. But for me, Lords of Hellas, I am so enjoying this game right now, folks. Dudes on a map, giant monsters, cool miniatures, fun card combat, going off on quests. This is like Quest for the Dragon Lords, which is a game I liked when I first got into gaming, but felt kind of clunky. This doesn't have that clunky feel to it, and there's a lot of cool aspects to this. And this is like the base game, no Kickstarter extras. It's just an amazing product, a lot of fun for me. Lords of Hellas, easily my game of the month.
Hey everybody, Jay Peak from Peak Your Interest, and my game of January, not even close, not even a close second. Heck, this game might even win my second place prize for game of the month anyways. Winner by a mile is Rising Sun, baby. All kinds of different strategies in this game. Like one strategy my buddy had, he kept getting all the Daimo cards. So in the first season, he got +1 power for the Daimo. And then in another season, he got +3 more power for his Daimo. And he got the monster that counted as a 2-force Daimo. So he had 2 pretty powerful guys on there working the Daimos. Got to pay attention to those cards in the 3rd season that net you all the points. I think the player that won ended up winning because he had 2 of the fortress, 3 points for every fortress. So that's 6 points per fortress. And he had all 4 of his fortresses out. So we had a lot of fun playing. Can't wait to get this back to the table. Can't wait to try out all the different clans, all their abilities and stuff. Get all the monsters, see how they work together. I thought about just trying to be pure evil one game, get all the Onis, get pure betray, just get as low honor as I can. But anyways, my favorite game of January, probably my favorite game of February, who knows, is Rising Sun. Woo!
Our board game of the month is Rajas of the Ganges.
Rajas of the Ganges is a worker placement game. It uses dice as a currency and has an interesting in-game mechanism. You have a fame track and a money track, and as you go around the track, you'll eventually cross. And when you do, that triggers the end of the game, and whoever is the furthest apart at the end of the game wins.
Not only do I like that a lot, but I also enjoy the artwork and the cute little dice holder that we have. The player mat is really neat too because you're doing the tile placement on it, building a road to some extra goodies.
So if you like worker placement games, try out Rajas of the Ganges, our game of the month.
I'm Jason Peacock, and I played a lot of good games this month. I mean, my best of the month could easily be Tricarion, or Spirit Island, or Shadespire Underworlds. but I have to give it to Dinosaur Island because I played this game close to 10 times already this month. I've shown it off to a bunch of friends that weren't big on gaming, and it was a huge hit with them. They borrowed my game so they can show it to their friends. They've asked where they can get it. Jurassic Park, the worker placement game. Everybody's trying to grow the coolest dinosaurs, and you got to keep your park managed. You got to keep the security up or the dinosaurs are going to eat the people. It's just a really fun worker placement game. Not super heavy or super deep, but it sure hits the fun factor home. That's my best of the month, so get out there and play that one because it's awesome.
Hey folks, Robert here, best of the month, and for me this month was a game I hadn't even heard of prior to playing it, and that was Rajas of the Ganges. Now, this is a worker placement game, and I love worker placement games, but this is also uses dice as a resource, and I really did enjoy the mechanism of that, and I also enjoy how you're working on both money and fame, and eventually those two paths cross, ending the game. It's quickly become one of my favorite games, and I look forward to seeing you folks next time.
And that's going to do it for us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. A big thanks to all the contributors, of course, to Best of the Month. And we'll see you again in a month for our picks that we are discovering right now during February 2018. We'll see you then.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool Stuff. Cool Stuff. I'm Eric Summerlin, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.